Tennyson Williams here. Man, that's a really awkward shot, isn't it? I'm doing this video because I was recently asked if I would do a series of videos kind of outlining a game plan for developing a guitar solo. It was even suggested that I do some tips on using effects and stuff like that. Well, the truth of the matter is I don't really use a lot of effects with my guitar work, but I do in a sense to kind of flavor things. I don't get too carried away. So this is very experimental. I don't know how this is going to turn out, and I'm going to do my best. So I get a lot of questions about how do you take like scales and modes and make musical masterpieces out of them. And honestly, I really don't think in terms of scales or modes or really from that perspective at all. So it's a kind of tricky for me to say, take this and A plus B equals C, because what we're talking about is creativity, the artistic process. So I think the best way that I can do this is to take you inside my insane mind and just kind of let you be kind of like a fly on the wall and watch me create a song. And I'll talk through it and walk you through what I'm doing and how I write music, which is probably a little bit different than how other people do it. So I hope this helps you out a lot. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've got Ableton Live hooked up here. I love Ableton Live, and I apologize if well, I guess it's a computer screen. It shouldn't do that nasty line BS that it does when you film a TV screen. But if it does, my apologies to you all. And the way I write music is in like 3 or 4 years, have not pre-written a song. Anymore, what I do is I usually just start with a drum beat, and I do have a drum set, but I don't have the ability to have it set up and record myself playing drums. Plus, I can't play drums worth shit. So I'm going to do virtual drums, and I know I don't like them that much either. But what I usually do is start with a beat, and then I really just kind of jam and experiment with it first. So I've already loaded in a blank beat called Big Rocker, and I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm not going to tweak it, make it sound too cool, because I'm on limited time. But let's see. I'm going to create a really basic beat, and I don't have a MIDI controller at the moment, so I'm going to have to program it in real crappy like with my mouse, but fast. And do this, see. Pull that in a little bit. Oops, 1/3 it's a little off. That works. Okay, and this is kind of a beat that I use a lot of, but I like it. Works for me. Add some cymbals and stuff. Okay, that works, but I want to make it a little faster. Should have done that to begin with. See if that comes out right. That works. Okay. Now, normally you would add some bass next, and actually in a lot of my songs I don't use a lot of bass. I don't know why that is. If I feel the need to do so, I will add some real funky sounding bass, or maybe even like electronica type of bass. But usually I don't. I just like the guitar and the most percussive elements of a piece. So I'm sorry if you're a bass player and I just offended you. Alright, so I'm going to bring up my gearbox. This is what I use. I've got a picture of it right here. It's a Line 6 tone port UX2. It's very affordable. I highly recommend it. I really, really, really dig it because it's got basically everything that you need. So I'm going to pull it up. Got the gearbox. And I've already got a pre-made guitar sound that I've been using lately on some of my stuff called funk distortion. Hold on, let me turn this off real quick and grab my guitar. Alright, I got my guitar, and it's probably not in tune very well because I've been playing a lot lately, but I don't really care for this. Now, I've already got something pre-written that I actually have not laid down yet, and I think I'm going to do that now. I came up with this a while ago, and because I'll do this because you probably don't want to sit there and listen to me experiment for 2 hours trying to figure out something to play. But it uses those basic minor triadic chord structures I really like. And then Alright, so if you want to know what I'm playing the 10th fret on the low E and the 8th fret on the A for that first chord. It's a minor triad, D minor triad. And then this funky ass chord, which is the 5th fret on the low E and the 8th fret on the A string together. And I slide up to the 8th fret on the E and the 7th fret on the A, which is a major chord, triadic chord structure. And then I come down to a minor one, which is a G minor triad, which is 3rd fret on the low E and 1st fret on the A. So we have okay. So those are our chords, and they're just going to keep looping. But I'm going to do something kind of rhythmic with it. Instead of just playing the chords together like that, I'm going to pick them out. And let's see how I'm going to pick them out to go with the beat. That's the basic thing. So it goes 1, 2 on the low E, then you play once on the A, pick that note out, and then you come back to the E one more time. So it goes, and so I'm going to cycle through the chords like that. Alright, we're ready to lay this down with our drum beat. Let's get started on that. Okay, I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if you did or not, and I played it more times than I needed to, because usually I'll just loop actually in the program after I get it, and sometimes I have to do take after take because I'll hear the timing of the drum beat in my head, and then when I play it back, I was way off, you know, because these things are very exact when you're doing everything digitally. So don't be afraid to make mistakes and stuff, because we all do it. So I'm gonna edit it real quick. Come over here. We'll clean this up and back to the program, and we'll see how this sounds. Now, I did something stupid and I forgot to turn the volume down in the gearbox of the distortion, so this audio file is probably going to clip, but it doesn't really matter for this because I'm not actually going to render this file. Let me find where it starts. Wow, that is loud. It's not perfect, but we'll use it. It could be a little bit cleaner, but still. Got it off there. Eek. Let's try that. Alright, could have used a little bit more palm mutation in there, but that'll work. So now let's go ahead and we'll just use that as a repeating track, and we'll jam over. We'll put some lead work down on it. I think for this, what will sound really good for this is to do this thing that I called duo harmony, which I did a video about, where you take two layers and you harmonize them together, two soloing layers. So I'm going to do that for this to kind of start. I don't know if it'll be it could be used for a guitar solo, but it'll be mainly a melodic part, like the melody itself. So let's do that.